Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to more I say, Hearts of Iron 4 with me, your host, Lucky Marine. I've now completed the I think 100 hours, at least 100 hours, 128 hours. So I do have to give this a verdict. Hearts of Iron 4, and it's not bad. Hi Vikram, how the devil are you on this glorious sunny day? And it's not bad. I do have gripes with Hearts of Iron 4, but it's not as bad as I thought. Not as bad as I thought it was going to be. There's a lot of underlying things that are pretty good, pretty cool. However, there's a lot on top, which is poo. Mostly the battle plans and the propensity for your own AI to leave entire states, well, maybe not entire states, but entire provinces just empty, and they'll stack 8 on one province, and the province next door will be empty, and it drives me batshit mental. Am I done with this Soviet campaign? I'm not done with the Soviet campaign. It's a bit of a hot day, and I need to. It's still there. Soviet campaign is still there. But I need to be in. I need to be in a decent frame of mind to finish the Soviet campaign. So we're just gonna fiddle about with making the USA fascist, just to see if we can, because I've now played every country as it's meant to be played, i.e. democracy with the United Kingdom, France, and USA. Fascist with Italy and Germany. Communist with Soviet Union. So now we're fiddling around with making people other things. Complete isolationist. You could probably get away with complete isolationist with the United States. It was similar with Soviet Union. How are we getting on? Yeah, we'd only need rubber. Much like the Soviet Union, which once we'd cut into Turkey, Yugoslavia, Romania, and got the precious aluminiums and chromiums, we only ever needed rubber, and I think we ended up pumping out about 10 factories just this side of the Urals, just to protect from an oncoming Japanese threat, if there ever was one, just around here. And 10 factories was more than enough, as research made those factories just a little bit better every single time to keep up with our rubber demands. But yeah, I think might be an idea. That this state's very square. You can tell the new countries of the world, they all have straight borders. You look at the older countries, and the borders borders of older countries usually take into account the geopolitical structure of the cultures that are in here, that they class themselves as this person or this person. That's why the Middle East is so fucked up. It's because after World War I, II, they redrew borders, and they cut people and stuff off, and so you had religious and social groups. Yeah, it's a mess. But now I think that it was designed to be a mess. If there's infighting here, then they can't band together. Oh well. Sorry about loss, but I say I want Croatia to beat France. No, that's fine. It's all right. It was unfortunate, but it was a good day. I'll conquer Mexico and Canada. See if you can for max factories and weather the democratic and communist onslaught. There's going to be an onslaught. Yeah, I need to get into Mexico. The last USA game that we had, when the Japanese declared war against us, I was busy fighting the Japanese, and suddenly Mexico Suddenly Mexico declared war on me. Of all the people. I should have built that damn wall. Found out that 40 width is like 90 times better than 20 width. Yeah, but it's a lot more demanding on not only your supply structure, but also the amount of weapons that you have. Early game, 20 width. I found 20 width is king, and then later on, later game, just feather in, like make a maybe even a whole new infantry stack, and have a few 40 widths just in there, just for the breakthrough potential of a 40 width, just for the punching power. But yeah, 40 width is a lot more powerful. Yeah, I agree with that. 13 infantry, 4 artillery, and 1 tank destroyer. Okay. Anyway, the whole fascism thing. What I have heard is, in here, you take the one that gives you the fascismness, daily fascism support, this, and then you kick off a civil war. But before you kick off the civil war, you delete all your troops. Because in civil war, it's done by the percentage of whatever it is here. But if nobody has anything, then they don't have troops, you don't have troops. The fascist people over here tend to give you troops to fight your war with. And so by the time you've pumped out troops and you've got the troops from Germany and maybe Italy and, I don't know, places like that, then usually you can win. And doing it the civil war route also allows you to change some of these laws, which are fairly prohibitive at the moment. Hey Frysec, how are you? Is there a 60 width template possible? I'm sure there is. Yeah, I'm sure there is. It says rumour. Just where did I get rumour from? Just so it has armour and piercing and anything about tank. The template can't even damage it. Yep. Right. Well, we have 3 factories, so what are we making? What are we making? Carrier fighters. I will want to be going carrier focus one. Let's swap you out for. Let's also find somewhere to put you, somewhere better. We'll pump. We'll pump them all out in Washington. Oh, Maryland then. Maryland, Maryland, Maryland. I'm assuming it's going to be a level 10 port. Nope, it's a level 1. So, where is it? Norfolk. Yeah, Norfolk will be the main port on the, on the eastern seaboard. I've been to Norfolk before. Sailed into the. I don't know if it's aircraft carrier or if it's the helicopter carriers. I don't know, but they dwarfed the ship that we were sailing in on. So I'll have you all pumped out in Virginia. Not a lot of military factories. I'm going to need support equipment. I'm going to need towed artillery. I'm going to need a lot of it built up. Good. Not only the same right before war, load all your troops on boats. Right before war, load all your troops on boats. I don't think you can load them on boats. You get to keep 80%. How would you load them on boats? The only time I've ever been able to load them on boats is if I'm in a port and I tell them to go to another port, but it'd have to be something like this over here. So they were in the middle of the sea when the Civil War kicked off. Anyway, let's be grabbing Ranger class, Yorktown class. Ranger class. Ranger class in Virginia. We'll dump a decent amount of odds there. You're going to finish after 1, you're going to finish after 13, you're going to finish after 1. So all of these will drop onto to the carriers. After that, anything extra can get chucked on to convoys maybe. If nothing else, we can be using it for land leasing. We can lend lease convoys to Philippines. Make a video on Hearts of Iron 4 Senior Trotsky. Senior Trotsky. I don't know what you mean. That's what we're after. How many civilian factories do we have? Oh, we have more than enough civilian factories. But we do not have any military factories, do we? So we should probably get them plonked down. No, 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 no. Yes, no. We'll do mix. We'll do a mix of dockyards and military factories. Apparently that's the way to go. That way we can ramp up ship production and rule the 7 seas. Are there 7? That'll do. When you win the Civil War through the boat method, immediately declare on Mexico. I'll have to fabricate first one. It's a mod. I'm not doing mods just yet. Don't forget to build up on the west coast. Yeah, we'll be building. We'll build all the things. Alright, is there anything here that will allow us the whole fascismness? I think this over here allows you to be a little bit more aggressive. What's this? Unholy Alliance? What is this? I don't know if I want to join the Axis, or if I just want to be fascist and kill all the things. I might just want to kill all of the things. But that political power here will give us the political power needed to put the daily fascism person in his seat. So we'll go with that. We'll get all the usual bumps started. Build civilian factories. We have 130 civilian factories. We have 130 civilian factories, and we have 10 military factories. So I'm going to focus military factories, because I think 130 civilian factories will do for now. Especially when we start shuffling laws around. We're not able to get much until we deal with our laws. Hey Maxim Weisberg, is it Weisberg or Weisberg? I don't know. You have to let me know. But Canada will be coming for you, and Mexico. We have unfinished business with Mexico. Damn Mexicans. Right, let's jump into Norfolk. I'll put everyone here, so just so I know where everyone is. Also, my fleet. Can I get you where I know where you are? There needs to be a select all button. But there's not. And it makes me sad. That'll be in a DLC. Hello, Austria. How the devil are you? On this, is it Thursday? Is it Thursday today? Is it Wednesday or Thursday? I think it's Thursday. I think it's Thursday. I had a job interview today. It was pretty cool. $130 factories is more. Yeah, I thought so. I mean, we're not getting much out of them. Usually with 130 factories, you'd see like 15 things. Like, no, maybe not 15. About 10 of these things being worked on at once. I think we're not getting much out of them because of the amount of consumer goods required. And so when we drop this, due to these laws changing, I think we'll get a lot more usability, a lot more bang for our buck. There we go. I made an American terminology thing. Build the wall. I'm not going to build the wall. I'm just gonna march it. If I build the wall, it's going to be an obstruction to me. I've just got to take Mexico out. Last time I played as the USA, I got dragged into a war with Japan declared war on us, and then whilst I had my entire fleet, my carrier fleet and my troops island hopping over here to get into Japan. I think we were actually in Japan at that point, in the Southern Island, fighting our way tooth and nail through the southern islands of Japan, and then suddenly a wild Mexico declared war on me. I don't know why though, but I don't know. What can you say? Can I get you over here as well? No. So, no, I can't move you because I don't have vision here. But you can move. How can you move? I don't have vision here. I don't know enough about this area of the sea. Even though we're on the Panama Canal. I don't know. Do you find out what year this game ends? I did not. I was meant to find out. I've heard ramblings of it kind of lasts forever. People playing all the way up to like 1970s. I think it's down to how slow the game gets and how long you're willing to deal with it getting slower and slower and slower as you get more and more lag. That's nice. For electronics and support technology. Yeah. Let's pick you up. We'll also pick up the fascist dude. Daily fascism support. Done. Up here. Prepare for civil war. All this good stuff. Although, if I do this and I go fascism, can I actually give refuge to German scientists? I mean, the combined, what, 6% research time, I think is quite valuable. But I'd be giving the German scientists refuge from a fascist dictatorship into another fascist dictatorship. Can't research anymore. There are no national focuses, but you can still play as long as you want. Okay, yeah, I think we'd pretty much unlocked all the stuff as Russia, but it descended into the quintessential Cold War. We were kind of behind our Iron Curtain. Aid Britain. That's no democracy, what is this? Operation Catapult. Factory output, dockyard output, consumer goods factory. I don't know. You can play till the year 2000 or 3000. Or 3000. It'd probably just grind to a halt at that point. We're about to get 50% off this. And off this as well, so I'm going to wait for that. This, and this. Yep. We're good there. I'll pick you up. And what else? Well, that's it. Also, I have my planes. Let's get you sorted out. Nope. Wrong button. You're on the carriers. Don't need you. Don't need you either. Is that everything? You got a PSR. Right. Everything into that and we will figure out what to do with you. There's a town in Portugal called Fail. It probably doesn't mean fail in Portuguese though. If you have a godly computer, or let the game run after World Conquest. So what we're running out now of the chromiums. I bet Turkey's high on the list of chromiums. Yeah, Turkey's high on the list of chromiums. That's why we took Turkey out as the Soviet Union immediately. They're the world supplier of chromiums. I want them taken out as quickly as possible. What are we using chromiums on? The battleship. No, the carrier. I bet it's the carrier. Yep. How much of an impact is that having? Minus 25%. Okay. Alright. Turkey. I'll take your chromiums. And how much of an impact is that having on probably plane production? Is it? Carrier fighter. Don't carrier fighters. Kind of yes, but let's grab some close air support. We're going to be fighting through the Americas. So just normal close air support. Also need to remember this time when I'm researching the planes. I need to research the carrier variant as well. Will I play as Israel? Can I play as Israel? Is Israel a thing? You can play as France. That'd be as England, wasn't it? No, one day. One day we will. In fact, everywhere, like Texas is trash. 40,000 for basic machine tools. Good. We'll go for concentrated industry. Concentrated industry. And that has given us 50% research bonus for 3 things: electronics and support technology. So that'll give us radio, it'll give us the first level of computers and the second level. Good. Oh, discount on them anyway. Let's now go this way. So what do we do with you lot? Depends when we kick off the Civil War, I suppose. Let's just have you garrison a couple of areas down here, just so I can put a decent amount of troops in there. You are all infantry, aren't you? Pretty much. Right, normal infantry template. And you might as well be exercising. Prepare for civil war or pull up political discourse. We're stopping up the acceptance of diverging viewpoints in the government. Perhaps this will eventually make it possible to effect a peaceful change. No, I don't want a peaceful change. I want people to stab each other in the face with a bayonet. I think if we do it the Civil War route as well, we can change laws earlier. It's a little bit ahead of time. There we go. Yeah, 95 days. So we'll be able to take mechanical computing, radio as well, which is nice for trickle back. Reinforce rate, shall I say. And then the secondary computer after this. Okay. Of course, the Great Depression. That's why we're not making any political power. Right. These give you lumps of political power, don't they? Yep. 150 each. We can start kicking off preparations for civil wars and such. Is that all my troops? Yeah, the rest are just ships. Nothing left down here. Nope. That is all my troops. Yep, there's nothing up here that's idle. Reinforce rate plus 5%. Yes, please. If you don't mind. What kind of equipment do we need? Quite a few weapons. But we'll also want to change our template. So I could do with quite a bit of artillery. Right. You're ongoing. I do need rubber. Let's research the rubber now. There we go. Ahead of time? No, it's not worth taking it. 239 days. It's not worth taking it. We can be visiting ourselves with. That's quite a good doctrine, actually. in terms of land. Good. I will try and make our factories just a little bit more efficient. Can modify the government for silent workhorse would be good for the political power gain. Yeah, we'll go silent workhorse. We'll pick up war industrialist as well. We're going to get 150 political power for the other three. And I would like to change your template if I can. I don't need garrison units. Don't need a National Guard. There's none of you. Let's not have any of you then. We'll edit you to be not infantry. Artillery. And artillery. So 20 width. I'll go 7-2. Lad recon as well. Ah, it costs 20. Okay, I can wait. Yeah, I can wait. As our factories become more efficient, we'll be able to pump out more towed artillery. I'm going to need a fair amount. Let's go with construction. Get these factories and these dockyards pumped out a little quicker. Ideology drift defense plus 50. Don't want that then, do I? Democrats, 4 more years. The drift defense would cut down on this by half, wouldn't it? Infrastructure and more stability. Stability is good. Can I start doing exciting things here? Oh, I could. Now, do I click to prepare and it suddenly happened, or do I click it and then have to click again for it to fire off? Will you fight Britain? What if Britain fights me? What are we going for? War industrialist, I think. Military factory construction speed. Yep. I will pick up the neighbours. Everybody needs good neighbours. Especially ones that'll kick your back doors in and take all your, I don't know, tequila. That's what Mexico is famous for, isn't it? Mostly the tequilas. Right, let's prepare for this. Ooh, what's this? Expand civil support. Daily fashion, some support. Weekly stability. Daily political power gain. I don't think I need that. Oh, ignite civil war. It's right here. Oh, we need less than 50% stability, so I need my stability to start coming down. So I'll click that. Expand military support. Daily command power gain. That's not good. So we just need less than 50% stability. What's it going down by? Weekly change of 3%. Okay, that's pretty quick actually. Oh no, it's done. It's done. that was it. That's going to take a long time. Let's pick up the concentrated industry level 2. Defeat Britain and make Israel a puppet. Every single person that comes on my channel from a certain country asks me to puppet their country. I had Romanians on the other day when I was starting the Soviet Union and wanted to take out Romania, and they're all begging me to just puppet them. Pick up the... yeah, I might pick up the fire. Make artillery punch a little harder. Also, there's one of these. Can't change anything there yet. Or there. Or there. No. Gonna need a civil war before we're doing something like that. I'll pick you up. I need national focus. South America. Let's go. Expand civil support for 30 days. 30 days. Weekly stability. So it's what? About 4 weeks worth. So about 12%. Till it comes down by 12%. For 25 political power. So it's going to take a while. And the lower our stability comes, the worse our factory output and our political power gain. Right. So, down to 71%. How much do we gain? Not enough. Good job we picked up that silent workhorse. Let's construction. Do go for extraction. We extract one of the chromiums, so that's not going to do much, is it? No, I don't think there's any value in extraction just yet. We're not short of oil either. 162. I'll take 162. That was a close call. We'll pick up. Strategic bombing. Ground support. I do like ground support. Ground support plus 15. Close air support plus 3. Let's go ground support. Hey Newstry. Newstry. I think Newstry. IMF. Pax Americana. What do we get for this? Intervening wars between American countries. Why not? Let's go for it. Are we nearly fascist yet? No, but soon. Formulate surprise attack plan. What is this? Has military support for the Civil War. Do I not have military support for the Civil War? I'm going to continue to dump into the artillery, and I think that is enough to swap out for 2 units of artillery. Gives us a 20 combat width and a recon company, just because recon companies are cool. I'll save that. So we'll get some rifles back, but they'll demand artillery. So we'll be short on artillery, but this number will have come down from where it was. That's why I'm pumping factories into artillery and not into rifles. Why do you want a civil war? To turn fascist. You can do it peacefully. You can do it peacefully. However, if you ignite a civil war, then you can change some of the laws of your government, and some of these laws for America are really, really prohibitive to everything, really. Let's have a little look through them. Disarm nation gives us 1% recruitable population. It's not enough. It's just not enough. Free trade's not bad actually. I mean, it gives you a good bonus to research time. But with free trade, 80% of everything that we create gets dumped on the world market without our say so. I mean, we create 1 chromium, we import 16, but we export 1. That makes no sense. That makes no sense. But yeah, free trade, it's a bit too much for me. I might go maybe export focus, unlimited exports, maybe, just to cut down on the amount of stuff sloshing around on the market. And then we've got undisturbed isolation, which is horrific. Civilian factory construction speed and military factory construction speed is just ugh. It's silly. And consumer goods factories means that the factories that we have here are civilian factories. The 147 of them that we have, 131 are required for consumer goods. That's horrific. That's horrific. With 147 factories, you'd expect about 140. Yeah, you expect about a good 8 of these to be going up. But we're really inefficient with our civilian factories. Just because some of these laws. Now, if you pass peacefully into fascism, then I think you don't get to change your laws, but if you do it by a civil war, I think you can. You'll lose generals. I have no great love of my generals. I've got no attachment to them. There we go. Our artillery punches just a little bit harder. Good, because we have now quite a few of them in our forces. How are we looking here? Too far at a time. Don't need the oil. Not really used the conversion speed thing either. And what do we want to go? I usually take battlefield support. However, strategic destruction might be better. Tactical bombers. Close air support. No, stick with what you know. Close air support. Yeah, I don't mind losing my generals. We can always promote more generals and have them trained up. These reciprocal purges. Okay. 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 Okay, game. Preemptive intervention. Against puppet. Focus war against Venezuela. I don't want to kick these off just yet. Raw propaganda. Change mobilization law to volunteer only. Yep. Anything that can change our laws without us dumping 150 PP on it is going to be good for us. End of the Spanish Civil War already? That was very quick. That was very quick. Looks like we're continuing to dump ships out. Good. We need one more tick of expand civil support. There we go. That's concentrated industry. Let's pick up. Nah, too far ahead of time. Let's be efficient with what we're grabbing. Base strike. Carriers. Yeah, we are going to be going carrier focused. Right. Let's pick up carrier doctrine. Oh, where are my research slots? One here. One here. But I can't get to you until I'm at war with one of the great powers. Right. Ignite Civil War. I'll just need 50 PP for this now. Ensure upper army command loyalty. Has military support for the Civil War. How do I get military support for the Civil War? Expand military support. Maybe we should get the support. Each time army support is increased, 10% is added to the strength of your faction in the Civil War, up to maximum total strength of 70. So I have to click this button sometime. Wait, what?
Attention.
Encryption, decryption. Nope. Not needed. Not just yet. Doing air. Doing land. Doing sea. Let's pick the fighter. Already below the stability cap. Might be better to have got the military support before expanding civil support. That way our PB generation wouldn't have taken a massive hit. Okay. We continue down close air support route. Now we get them. Not bad. What are we building? Dockyards military, dockyards military. and support Rock Island. Next. Nothing there. Bureau ships. No. I don't need that. I need more PP. Change your popularity of fascist. 5% gains national spirit fascist assault divisions, which grants stability minus 5% recruitable population of tiny rats and deadly fascism. What of that? Good. Is it going to be based? It's a very tiny amount. Is it going to be based on what percentage? Is fascist? Or is it going to depend on what we've done here? With how much support that we have? Through clicking a set of buttons? Has military support for the Civil War. I'll save up enough to click this once. At least click it once. And see if that opens up the stuff higher up. What else do I need? Nothing really. It's a shame you can't stack with the ships like you can with the normal factories. That does mean Philippines. I can start lend-lease of convoys at 10 a month. Anschluss, good. Okay. So is leasing to them. Should have an effect over time. Strategic bombing, combined bomber offensive. Close air support. Tactical bomber effort. Let's go air support. Nothing. Yeah, go support. I do like close air support. Right, we are lend-leasing to you. Why is that not having an effect? I know it's only convoys, but I've done it before with convoys in a different. I think it was. Who was I playing as? Japan. I was giving convoys to Manchukuo, and it was doing enough to make them more loyal, or whatever the modifier is. I need more rubber. Although, we could chuck down some refineries. We would not do much. Then. Trip them to the top. Get them smashed out as quickly as we can. Allow you to finish. Get them smashed out as quickly as we can. We don't need that much rubber. It's weird how you can't build a stockpile of the things that you generate. Let's expand military support here. There we go. So fighters, let's get the... Do we get the carrier based one? It'll only take 82 days, however. What else could we be getting? You're ahead of your time. Can we get a destroyer? You're ahead of your time, but we've got a 50% bonus. Let's get to that. We might feed an extra artillery into our units as well. Might go 6-3 instead of a 7-2. That's the fall of Nanjing. I hate it when the AI can do stuff better than I can. Tried a few times with Japan. And China just has a million units. You find yourself getting really spread out thin as Japan. And China, just by weight of numbers, kind of forces holes through you. Okay, through me. And dive bombing, excellent. Direct ground support. Yep, do love me some ground support. You had to do this. Just because you get the Japanese line gets spread too thin. I seem to be doing alright. Doing better than I do. Damn them. And yeah, I like to keep a gap between China and this guy. Because I can't fight them both at once. Oh, Japan. Show me how you do these things. It's like I'll navally land down here. And here. And kind of hold my ground here. And here. And here. You spread them thin. You allow them to attack into you and attack into you and attack into you until you've got like 10-1 losses. I think I had something like 900,000 Chinese killed to like 28,000 Japanese killed. And then you soak it up until they've run out of equipment and supplies, and then you kind of push forward. It's really due to scripted events with AI being more lucky historical accuracy and all. Alright. AI getting a leg up. Although, I have to say, the majority of times where it's failed are because I think it's been at this point where this lump, and this lump have all kind of converged, and we've started chewing our way through into China. And so I've had some massive lines. I've had one division, all of the divisions just spread out across all of the lines. And then things have gone wrong with sending orders, and I've ended up leaving a gap, and they've burst through, and terrible times. I've got angry and thrown the game in the bin. But yeah, a little bit more patience. It's the thing with the battle plans. It kind of promotes speed 5 battles. This was Heart of Iron 3. I'd barely get off speed 2. Alright, swap you out for the improved artillery. It's years out of its time. Oh, we don't need it. We're not going to be fighting anyone just yet. I would like to, but we're not. So we've expanded military support once. Is there something to say that we've already done it once? Has military support for the Civil War. Has military support for the Civil War. So we have military support for the Civil War. It's possible certain field marshals harbour secret sentiment in favour of fascism. We must approach them and ensure their loyalty for when the fighting starts. Siphon equipment? What? By skimming the nation's equipment stores, we can create a minor cache of weapons to aid us in our future struggle. Effects when selected. 1,000 units of infantry equipment is removed from the national stockpile. Formulate a surprise attack. I think we just ignite it when we can. I think this is so you don't lose your field marshals.
Attention.
I could do with keeping. Yeah, I could do with keeping Eisenhower. I could do with keeping both of them actually. They're really good, both of them. What's our PP gain? Oh, PP gain is not good. PP gain is not strong. Let's go bomber effort. Let's go. Oh, Japan. Yeah, another naval landing down here. Although it should be a war with this guy. Is he not? Oh, I can't check. Well, I can check. But you can't do it the way EU4. You can check. Just China and Shaxi. And Shaxi's already capitulated. I wonder why the rest of them didn't get involved. This does not bode well for China. For Japan. Japan can't afford to have units surrounded and gobbled up because he can't spam them out. That's right. They got through to him. I've seen China taken from the south, all in the north. Seems the majority of resources are in the south, so wouldn't it make sense to come from the south, or I got it wrong? A lot of the... This is how you deal with China, is you kind of land here, land here, land here. Kind of hold the ground here until troops get pulled away to deal with this, this, and this. And then China is just spread far too thin. And at that point you can pretty much push on all 3 or 4 fronts if you got 4th. And because the Japanese troops are such better quality, then you can push the Chinese back. Of a higher quality. Of a higher quality. That made much more sense, didn't it? Hello, old tanker. We're getting through here. I mean, the more Japan takes, the more I can take from Japan. Sometimes Japan will take like the coastline and like a lump up here, and China changes to something else. Another time Japan takes the entirety of China. I think if all the warlords come in on China's side, Japan just wants to get out as quickly as possible, so he goes for the coastline and he puppets the rest of China. But if they don't come in, yeah, he's more inclined to eat the entirety of them. Also, it would appear hunt and destroy air support mission efficiency. Let's grab you. Also, how are we getting on for rubber now? We extract 3 of our own rubbers. And we export 2 of them. Oh, I hate free trade. France and Britain announced alliance. Munich agreement. No war this year. We'll see about that. Change economy laws to isolation. Good. It's kind of the next one up. It's a lot better than what we've got though. I have a challenge. Read this. Nope. I think you asked me to read something in chat yesterday, the day before. I don't read anything in chat that's not my language because I don't know what I'm reading. I don't know what I'm saying. There is 100% chance of me mispronouncing it or saying it wrong or it being malicious. Well, Japan might have overstretched his borders unless he's going for a rush for the capital. Decryption, excellent. Encryption. Encryption. Yeah, he didn't get out of there. He got mopped up. Japan can't afford to waste troops like that. That's integrated support. Good. Next is regimental combat teams. Soft attack plus 20 support companies. Soft attack plus 25%. All our support companies are artillery. Enables overwhelming fire. Well, that's the USA for you. Hello, Mr. Dinky Cat. How are you on this glorious Thursday? Can we go fascist yet? We can. Less than 50% stability, which we has. What percentage of us is the fascists? 55% of us is the fascists. The thing is, we've only clicked one expand military support, and every time you click it, up to a total of 7. Each time the army support is increased, 10% is added to the strength of your faction in the Civil War, up to a maximum total strength of 70%. So I think that's telling you how much of your army you're going to retain, up to a total of 70%. Ensure lower army command loyalty is keeping your lower class generals. Ensure upper command loyalty is keeping your field marshals. I need to keep my field marshals. My field marshals are amazing. Which one did we want to keep? Eisenhower, I think. That's the same. Promotion cost, don't mind that. Planning speed comes down, Panzer leader. Planning speed comes down again. So it's essentially a plus 30% to planning speed. Supply consumption of minus 20% is amazing. Yeah, with so much of this game revolving around supply. get demagogue and then hold a referendum. Yeah, I want to be able to change my laws. You can change your laws if you go civil war. Civil war will be entertaining. Yeah, civil war is going to be entertaining. Let's keep Eisenhower. Oh, it puts us in the poo. Massively. In the hole. I suppose it allows this to tick up a little bit more. By a tiny bit. And then we'll try the trick, apparently.
Attention.
The trick where you put your people on boats. I don't know if it's a thing. I was just going to delete them all. War Plan Orange. Let's war with the Japanese. Let's go bureau ships. He'll lose if he doesn't have over 50 support. I will lose what? And 50 support of whom? I've got 55% support, fascist. 56. It's going up, it's fine. But I need to get out of these. Isolation is not good. Good, next. Let's continue down this line. Yugoslavia claiming Bulgaria. Fair enough.
Yes, sir.
You're all trained up now. You are. Well,
Yes, sir.
I don't need you training now. Encryption is done. Good. Concentrated industry. I think we're already at the cap on quite a few of these. So we'll get the concentrated industry first to raise the cap. And then we'll bump up the efficiency. I'll bring you down by 2. So we can add some more to our artilleries. Once we've got about another 3,000 in the green in terms of artillery, I'll swap out for a template of I think a 6-3 bureau ships. Good. Carrier primacy. Fund the Navy. Yes. Fund the Navy. Why would you not fund your Navy? Hey, Chicken 1-3. Eisenhower, not much of a general, but a great bureaucrat. Well, yeah, sometimes that's what you need, isn't it? Learn hard work gets you a day off. Be mediocre pays, I guess. Sad pandas. Why the pandas? It's always the fault of the pandas. Agility of close air support. Yep. I do like the close air support. It probably doesn't fit with our carrier route, but I mean, once we get into Europe, we're going to be taking over airfields. We can get our close air support units to where they need to be, and I think they are really powerful. As powerful as shore bombardment, if you can get it. Also, my puppet. Are we not? There we go. Oh Lord, lend leasing to subject. All we're doing is giving him convoys. Good. Good. Alright, so another 50 points required and we'll kick off this, ignite it. We'll ignite the Civil War. See what happens. Is Fascist USA the KKK? Or is that a mod I remember? I don't think it's the KKK. I mean, it could be. I don't think it would be though. The Silver Legion or something. Silver Legion of America. 59%? 59%. Expand the US Marine Corps. More research bonus for Marines and Marines Part 2. Let's go with Carrier Primary. 250% research bonus for carrier models. Do I want that now? Or do I want to wait for that? Carrier models 1, 2. Right. Nope, we'll pick it up now. We can benefit from both of them. Come on, PP. You can do it. It was probably better. In fact, I know it's better to not drop your stability too quickly. I was doing the expand civil support, which was dropping our stability, which in turn dropped the amount of PP that we get. So I think you want to be national referendum. Oh, there we go. You want to be expanding military support, ensuring lower and upper, probably army command loyalty, that kind of stuff first, and then drop your stability and then ignite the war. Red World. That's a mod with the KKK. I see. Yes. Floating Fortress. Capital ship armor plus 10%. Why? This is carrier focus. Plus carriers. Carriers are classed as capital ships, aren't they? Although when I think capital ship, I think battleship. Super heavy battleship. Although apparently anything with, and I can't say apparently one more time, anything with this little blue rhombus thing is counted as a capital ship. Italy joined the Axis. Good stuff. Research bonus for naval bomber models. Yeah, got them. That can't be good either. Let's pick up the Essex class. No, let's not. Let's not. Let's not pick up the Essex class until we've picked up something here. Don't know what it would be, but there's no point in producing ships now if we can make the ship. No point researching the ship now if we can make the ships a little bit better for free. I think Eisenhower deserves way more credit than he got for keeping the generals in line when he did, the way he did. Not a terrible president either, from what I read. Breakthrough plus 10%? Yes, please. Don't know much about the American presidents. I know they all get killed off. Well, not all of them. But there seemed to be a spate of assassination. Bureau of Aeronautics. In fact, when the Bureau of Aeronautics finishes, I might not research anything. Their firepower change will go up by 1.2 a day instead of 0.2. We'll just get to where we want to be quicker. Also, are we actually producing any CAS? We are. Almost 2 a week. Lucky us. And we are extracting 24 rubbers. 24 rubbers. Of that, 19 of them are getting put on the market. Because we're dumb. How about all the stuff that we're lacking? Extracted 1. Exported 1. Why don't we just keep this? I don't know. The free trade is good in terms of research time, but it can be a bit silly. Uh-oh. Well, it should be going up by 1.2 a day now. Poland, German allies. Everyone kicks off with Germany. His tensions preventing World War III and worked to obtain the Korean War truce. Nope, not yet. We're getting more than a point a day now. Let's take advantage of that. Right. What do I want from here? Military construction. Yeah, go for him. What? Did that just cost me PP to take that? Oh no, yeah, I know what happens. So you don't waste PP. It allows you to store some in here. And so the moment you use it here, it gets taken off your PP bank. That's okay, Jingim. You haven't missed much. We're trying to turn fascism. Or fascist. Right, you lot group up. I think I have to put these out at sea as well. Poland has capitulated already. Bless them. Luxembourg joined the Allies. Declares war. Luxembourg capitulates. Thought that was going to be it. Luxembourg capitulates. Right, carrier battle groups. Outstanding. What else do we want? I think we'll put you on the back burner for the moment. I'm waiting on that. You're all good? You're all good. Yep. Infantry equipment. Netherlands has capitulated. Let's have a look what's going on. Yeah, German Reich is Getting big. Although by this time, Soviet Union, I had Turkey, I had Kingdom of Romania, Yugoslavia, and I was fighting my way through Czechoslovakia. That we were stalled. We were stalled at Czechoslovakia. Please, more PP. Japan just took 10 states. It attacks the coastline. Like a little lump up here. That's it. Reorganized government of China. Belgium joined the Allies. Belgium. It's getting kicked in the face by Germany. Soviet Union has volunteers. Sent to reorganize. Okay. Fair enough. We're nearly there yet? Soon. How much percentage are 64% fascist. It's only a matter of time. Fascism is a form of socialism. Well, that's what they say. National Socialist. But I don't know. Some more left. It's the political spectrum, left and right. It's I was got it described to me like a horseshoe. So the further left you are, the further right you become, or the closer to the right you become, and the further away from the middle you get. So extreme left and extreme right share very similar views. Fall of Paris. Oh dear.
Ready to move.
Right. Now I think if all of these end up at sea. No, stop. Stop. Check your orders in the bin. If all these end up, I was going to delete all my troops and then flip, but I have been told by chat no less that if I put these people on boats, then I get to keep some of them. So I'm going to take the word of the chat.
Ready to move.
So if I have you going from there to there. Right, so you're at sea. Also, military factories. Outstanding. Whoa, wow, what? How many more? Number 2. We'll do that. In fact, we won't. Yeah, we will. No, yeah, we will. We will. No, we won't. We'll do that. That's not due with a horseshoe. Use that everything else copyright. I don't think there is. There's my politics professor at university. So let's go fascist. This is the first time I've ever done the fascistness. Ignite the civil war. Holy Jesus. Love it. Free American Empire.
Attention.
Attention indeed.
Move out.
Get yourself back here. So, we're at war. We're at war, which means we can do this good stuff. We're at war with ourselves. Seriously. Any other country is at war. I mean, great.
Ready, sir.
Right. Who do we have here? Maurice Rose. Hang on then. Maurice. We'll split you in two. You step out.
Ready.
End up in another division over here under... I do like the outer supply. I will put you all under... Oh, the both came. Eisenhower.
Ready to move.
I want you on the front line there.
Listen up.
I want you... There's going to be some big borders on the front line. There. I'm going to need more troops. Do you have any DLCs? I have the first 2 DLCs. I don't have Waking the Tiger. You say may not have spawned with troops. I don't think they have. Should make this fairly easy. I'm hoping.
Listen up.
Are you moving? You are.
Move out.
That is disturbing indeed. I wonder if any fascist countries want to send me troops.
Attention.
Wants to enlist. Earhart wants to enlist in the fascist air force. No, I'm saving you from yourself,
Listen up.
you silly woman. Yeah, I don't think they have troops. I don't think I'm there. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Commands.
Let's push in.
Orders.
Construction. 100%. Yes, please.
Orders.
On the purples. Your offensive line is down to there. Just go for it.
Ready to move.
No, go this way.
Move out.
Now I want this war to last. Who is this? William Dudley Pelly. Fair enough. I want this war to last until we've got this stuff here. And the giant awakes and all the good stuff that comes with it. She's really good though. I should probably get her at some point. Funny, the dev team went to the trouble of getting accurate pics of the general, but every Russian heavy tank is a KV. Alright, America. What tanks have you got? Do not disappoint. M2s, M3 Stuart, yep. The Chaffee, excellent. The M3 Lee with its silly non-turret, fair enough, good. Sherman, the T20, yeah, T20 is a medium. Patton, T95, the I think it was almost experimental. I think they only built about 3 of them. It was a super heavy breakthrough for cutting through trenches. Had a double track system just to try and spread the colossal weight out. But let's see if any of these are models, shall we? No. No, they've gone with the T20. That is a T20. Yeah, that's not a T95. T1 Heavy, what are you? You're a T20. Again, you're a T20. M2 Light, come on. It's iconic. Alright, they have, have gone with the M2. Fair enough. Stuart? Nah. Chaffee? Nope. Ah, it's a poor show. T20, if you're not a T20, I will laugh. With the T20, instead of showing an actual T20 like they've got all the way over here, they're showing the Sherman Jumbo. This is silly. Of all the silly things in Hearts of Iron 4, and there are many silly things, this is the silliest of them all. Oh, Paradox. You make me laugh. You make me laugh. Ugh. Nazis were socialists for short. Fascism was more statism with communism, like a style communism, rather than Marxism per se. Ah, yeah. Yeah, they could have done better there. It's probably the same with everything. I mean, if you're into your planes, this is probably not a Warhawk. I'm not as clued up with my planes. Someone in chat could probably tell me what this is. And this is probably not an aircraft because it's exactly the same as the Warhawk. It's the little things. It's the attention to detail. What about the strategic bombers? Oh, well, that is. Isn't that the Flying Fortress? Smells like one. Well, tactical bombers. What have you gone with? What design have you gone? Going by the pictures, that looks like a Mitchell. Maybe? Perhaps? Oh, I don't know now. With a 105mm. Or the T95. Yeah. Not that it needed a gun on it. They could have just taken the gun off. They probably saved a little bit of weight. It was just there as a battering ram. And if you're into your ships, you probably know that. Actually, no. I know what a Cleveland class cruiser looks like. It's close, but it's not. I thought it'd be a lot more ridiculous than that, but no, it's definitely not that. I retract my first statement. And people will probably know what a midway class aircraft carrier is. Is it that? I don't know. It doesn't even fit in the window, and you can't. Oh, you can scroll out. I'll put my anger on hold for now then. I don't know. They could have done. It's a very small part of the game, and it's insignificant for gameplay. But games like this attract history buffs and people that are interested in equipment and tactics of this age. So to look at a T95 and have a model of a T20, but then look at a T20 and have a model of a Sherman Jumbo, it's a bit of a slap in the face. Maybe that'll be a DLC as well. Maybe it'll be, do you want the correct models of tanks and planes and stuff? If you do, that'll be £15. Thank you very much. As far as politics go, I'm happy with what Trump is doing with our taxes. Good Mozart, bunch of custom textures for most countries in the workshop. Oh, I'll have to get onto that. I really will, because it eats away at me like a tumor. So I'm putting out tax bracket. Yeah, I've heard good things about Trump actually. I know there's lots of people who don't like him, but you can't argue too much with. I mean, you can, but you can't argue with economic facts, can you? And that Americans seem to be a little bit better off financially. Like normal Americans, everyday working class Americans. The ones that pay their taxes and try and get on with life. And have you just stopped? No, come down here. I want to keep these contained. Oh no, no. We can at least press in a little bit.
Commands.
Go on that. But that's as an outsider looking in. Although Trump's over at our place at the moment, isn't he? For World War II, the UK ruled the seas. After that, the US Navy went on storage. Yeah, you had a lot more equipment. You have a lot more resources. The bigger the country, the bigger the Navy, the bigger the army, the bigger the everything, really. The only thing we beat you on is standard of military training, I'd say. Denmark declared war on Denmark. That's a little bit quick. US military is too big though. Norway joined the Allies.
Ready.
Why not moving? Why have we not met anyone yet?
Move out.
Who's this a civil war against? Makes up half of your budget. I heard obscene. Yeah, I've heard obscene facts about the United States military spending. It's something like, what's it? The equivalent to $1 billion a day since Jesus was born. I thought that was a bit silly.
Attention.
Now let's just mop up all of this. And then we can add you to the other group. Did you take any of Islands? No, I don't think they did. That's a priority. Let's grab you. Especially those in the Rust Belt like Michigan, ways of getting African Americans back to work by operating the factories, by opening the factories. Yeah, I always said the grassroots support for Brexit. I think even before then, I was telling people that the way politics works, the way that the population works, it's like a pyramid. You've got the rich people at the top, but the rich people are very few. And then as you get further and further down the economic structure of whatever country, there's more and more people. If you can appeal to the very base of that pyramid, the ones on the lowest wages, the ones that are unemployed, the ones that are by no fault of their own find themselves in dire economic straits, and you can appeal to them and get them motivated and get them to vote for you with promises of we will find work for you, then you'll win every single election going.
Listen up.
because it's not about the ones that shout loudest. It's about appealing to the big numbers. Wait, where's this come from? Still isolationism. Why is consumer goods down to 76? It was up at 150, 115 of our factories were required for consumer goods, but no longer. Okay, let's continue building some military factories then. I think I just doubled up there. Install mod for loot boxes. Loot boxes, I don't know. So Trump backs NATO to up defense spending so that US won't pay for all of Europe's protection. Yeah, but yeah. America just has bases everywhere. They've got a few bases in the UK. Remember flying into Swassel was on the helicopters. Flying into Mildenhall, I think it's called. From Yeovil, the where the Marines have their helicopter fleet, fleet air arm, not fleet air arm, where the air crews train. So we had to fly through London, and the helicopter route through the centre of London is about 200 meters above the Thames, and you have to follow the Thames. You can't deviate at all, otherwise air traffic control of London just fucks you off, which is pretty good. Pretty cool for you, flying at eye level with the London Eye. Wartime industry, yes. Actually, no. Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. It might lead on to this. We'll get it. Royal Marines do set the bar for training and professionalism. Yep, I mean, as soon as I said it, I kind of regretted it a little bit, because there are American units that are very highly trained, and we did some really good operations with them, mostly in training. But yeah, I think the bigger that you get, the more effective you can be. And if you are going to be left by the wayside, the one thing that you can do to stay relevant is to up standards. Are we done here yet? I mean, for a civil war, this hasn't been too bad. Let's get you on front line over here, just to contain them for the moment. And then we'll push in. Well, I think we are pushing in, are we not? Why not pushing in? Is this not a thing that you can do? Might stretch them too thin. Yeah, there's going to be too many of you, but it's all about coverage. Plus, there's not too many. There's not resistance to speak of, so that's a big penalty though. Nah, I'll be fine. Go for it. Barmy Plains are where we were, and the weather we picked up our kennel cough. Okay, Mr. Nicky Cat. I may well see you later. Can we get in here as well? Alright, so we've started to come up against a little bit of resistance. Also, what are these? Let's take one.
Ready, sir. All in.
Let's take your lot out. What kind of penalty is it now? 16%. Not quite so bad.
Commands. Ready to move.
I'll spread you out as well. I think with the penalty that they had, they were really struggling with this guy.
Ready, sir.
Now we march into Phoenix.
Listen up.
Phoenix is Arizona. Oh, there it goes. It says on my little tooltip. When I worked with the UK Air Force, the only thing hurting them was lack of supplies and money. Yep, that's pretty much the UK forces in a nutshell. All held together with masking tape and super glue. That's pretty much it. Why the hell would you start a civil war? Well, if you start a civil war, you can do this, which allows you also to change this. So, civil wars it was. Also, the whole fascism thing. If you do it peacefully, then weird things happen, I've been told. I mean, I'm not averse to having weird things happen, but apparently it is better.
Taking aim.
You. Apparently it's better to kick off a civil war.
Attention. Orders.
Ever played Victoria 2? I have played Victoria 2. It doesn't lend itself well to streaming though.
Attention.
Because there are so many numbers hidden. You get yourself all the way to the coast. Because there's so many numbers hidden behind screens, you need to know what's going on. Then I think it'd make for difficult viewing. I don't know. Maybe. When Paradox brought out the British update to U4, I thought it was Vicky 3 being announced. Would have been fun. Had to invade your home in California. It's alright, Californians need a bit of invading.
Ready to move. Move out.
Right, so it looks like if your troops are offshore, then the enemy just doesn't get
Attention.
people for some reason.
Attention. Move out. Move out.
Which makes this quite easy. Free American Empire. Damn straight it's free. Free from the shackles of democracy. What propaganda against the Philippines? Oh, we are fighting the Philippines. Wait, does that mean if we win here against these guys, we can just take the Philippines for ourselves instead of the whole puppeting thing?
Attention.
That would be good.
Ready.
Also, I don't like the idea of you cutting through here.
All in. Move out.
Alright, you lock him there. whilst we try to get around the back.
Attention! Move out!
Where are you playing with mods? Nope, no mods at the moment. I'm just learning how to play the game. So, played all the countries as, well, how they're intended. So we played in America as a democracy, Germany as a fascist, Soviets as a communist, and then I'm gonna, well, this is me learning a little bit more, so flipping countries, and then we'll try with a few mods. I've heard that Kaiserreich is really good. Pig fever that chickens get. Pig fever that chickens get. Sounds amazing. Got to be a cartoon about that. There's got to be. Civil wars are more exciting, plus you can't get some of those focuses without being democratic. That'll be alright. Yeah, it'll be okay. Can we attack you again, just to hold you where you are?
Taking cover.
You're taking a long time,
Orders.
and I don't like it. We can't go any further down there. The giant awakes. Need to be at war. Yep. Anything for I need to be at war with, or I need to be at war for,
Attention.
should I say, we need to take before we finish this, well, before we finish the war, otherwise we will no longer be at war, will we? Very simple.
Attention. Ready to move.
Nope. I need to continue locking you in place. Please tell me you're going to get there before he does. Ah, come on.
Sir. Attention. Yes, sir.
Just want to cut him off. Just hold him in place. That's all I want.
Commands.
Nope. Your turn.
Attention.
Tell me you're nearly there. And you. Soon. Soonish.
Let's go.
Don't win.
Move out. Ready.
Are you there yet?
Let's go.
There we go. Alright.
Keep on attacking.
That's going to be squish.
Move out.
We'll take the port. Whew. Do I control Hawaii? I don't know. Did Hawaii fall to us? It did. So we have Hawaii. We have the majority of the islands, actually. Yeah, nothing over here flipped to them either. It was just this. What was quintessentially the South in the Civil War. And all this stuff over here. Right. The ship designer. Because we're going to pick up that carrier whilst it's at 50% discount, aren't we? The Electric Boat Company. Carrier deck size, but the armor goes down, the max range goes up. think I was going to go for this. It makes our carriers a lot more tanky. Plus 50% to the armor on a carrier. Yep, we'll go with that. And we'll get some more sport equipment as well. Kazarek is best mod, but Deluge and the Great War mods are great too. Great War mod is it a First World War overhaul mod? I've heard really good things about it, actually. Shall endeavour to give that one a go as well.
Ready to move.
How close are you to capitulation? You've got somewhere to go. That's alright. We can continue to milk this war for all it's worth.
Attention. Ready to move.
Nope.
Listen up.
So weird how Los Angeles became the capital of normal America.
Listen up. Listen up.
Question for EU4, guys. Question for EU4: what is the best way to maximize trade? Like, I'm collecting all the trade node, but not making a lot of money. Yep, yeah, we did. But that's all right. That's all right. We still had. We collected our troops over here in Norfolk, and we put them on a move down to here. So they were in the middle of the sea when we flipped to Civil War, and so we didn't have any enemy troops here. So we landed our troops back, took out this immediately with no resistance, and then moved over here. And I think we've seen, what, 4 troops being spat out by normal America. So it's been very easy. But yeah, as for trade in EU4,
Ready. Yes, sir.
try not to collect in lots of nodes. You want to be trying to funnel trade down to kind of a dedicated end node for yourself. So it depends whereabouts you are in the world. If you tell me what country you've started as, I could probably give you a decent plan. Are you now cut off? Is that just a river, or?
Ready, sir.
Maybe not.
Ready, sir.
Let's get in here.
Listen up.
So if you start anywhere near the English Channel, then try to get power, land power in the English Channel area.
All in.
Have your merchants steer into the English Channel and have your boats either patrol the English Channel if you have less than 50% trade power, or have them funneling your power into
Ready to move.
the English Channel, or funneling the trade into the English Channel, shall I say.
Ready, sir.
Same with Genoa, same with Venice. You can turn Constantinople into quite a good kind of semi-end node. You can do really good things with Zanzibar as well. If you manage to cap off the Cape or conquer the Cape, then because there's no demand at the Cape, then it turns Zanzibar into pretty much an end node. Alright, push up into there.
Ready, sir.
It's going to leave us with holes to exploit.
Hands.
You, put your IDs in the bin. Your front line is now just here. And your offensive is down to San Fran. Is there any possible way to get Vicky 2 working on a modern computer? Because I bought it, it doesn't work. I think it works on a modern computer. Don't know if I've got it downloaded on mine. I got it? Yeah. Although the majority of, yeah, I suppose the majority of the playing that I did on Victoria 2 was on my laptop, which was a few years ago. But yeah, I did manage to get working on this. Rubber processing. Let's go with you. That's Japan getting into China again. It would appear. What about this? Do we need to be at war? We need to be at war. Right, if we need to be at war, then we need to pick this up before we decide not to be at war anymore. Before we've squished normal America too much.
All in.
But if you're going to give me 3 provinces to exploit, I will do that. Good. And I've not been using my planes, which means I've not been getting experience. I've not particularly been using my fleet either. Let's give you just all all of the close air support. When you're out there bombing ships and port strikes, I want you on strategic bombing at night. Just here will do. You can have air superiority there. You can have close air support there. We should be good. Excellent. And more military factories. I'm going to ramp up production of rifles in lieu of getting the new rifles. Although our armed forces aren't huge at the moment. So it's not going to take much to swap them out. Also, I did all that work on the Philippines, i.e. sending them convoys. Oh well. And you can go.
Orders. Commands. Move out. Move out.
So what are we up to? 78% towards capitulation. How many more of these do I need to get whilst I'm at war? You. At least one more. And for this one I need to be at war with Great Power. Right. Well, one of the recognised Great Powers.
Yes, sir. Commands.
I could just cut these off.
Ready. Orders.
Could you kindly
Attention.
hold that person in place? Because I know what he's trying to do. There we go. Trotsky's dead. Excellent. And these guys will just run out of organisation. They'll never get it back. They'll never generate it. All they shouldn't do. I don't know what's going on there. That must be magical.
Ready to move.
Oh no, they're just killing themselves. There was 3 in here. Now just 2.
Ready.
There we go. Limited intervention, excellent. Extra research slot, but that's fine. We don't need to be at war for that. We do need to be at war for this though. So, on you go. Also, close air support. A little bit more of that. We are running low on rubber and steel. That's because we're on free trade. Right, we'll flop onto war economy when we can. Should be fairly soon. And then I want to do something about giving all of my resources away. 80% of our resources just get given away. It's silly. Let's get some more synthetic refineries. Although I'll say that, and this will have helped. Not by much though. I suppose the more efficient we get at making planes, the more produce we need. We know more rubber we need. Making 1.2 a day, we need 8. However, when this fills out, we're making 10 a day. We're going to probably need about 20. Tank design. Mobile. Heavy or medium. And this doesn't relate to medium tanks, it just relates to all tanks that we research. So max speed and reliability. I do like the reliability. I do like the soft attack as well. I mean, you can pump reliability up using engineer companies up to about 40%, I think. But the speed's nice as well. Oh, I don't know. Hey, Carl Simpson. If you drop all your trade... Well, what? I've missed things. Watching 11 games helps me with strategy decisions while I do some day trading in the markets. A calming voice also helps. Well, thank you very much. If you drop all your trade, won't you lose 60 civ factories? Drop all my trade. No, you civilian factories. Where are they? Right, civilian factories. We've got all of these here, and 72 are used to produce consumer goods. If we it's somewhere here. Is it here? Nope. Here it is. So our country demands X amount of consumer goods. They demand fridges and freezers and toasters, apparently, and widescreen TVs and such. To such an extent that 72 of our 181 civilian factories have to be dedicated in keeping our populace happy. But we're at war, and so you can push them to not need quite so much consumer goods. You can say, well, for the good of the country whilst we're at war, you're gonna have to lower your demand for consumer goods. You're gonna have to go without your yearly toaster. I don't know, do people change their toaster every year? I don't know. Also, are toasters getting smaller or is bread getting bigger? Because recently, with toasting my bread, it sticks out at the top and I have to, halfway through toasting it, turn it around and put it back in again. Or is it just a big conspiracy with the bread makers and the toaster makers? Because I refuse to get another toaster. Anyway, on that segue, yeah, you can make your country more efficient just by demanding that the people have less toasters and more tanks, and they'll go over it with it. They'll go with it if tension is. I mean, you need to be above thresholds. So as long as you've got more than 50% war support here, then more than 50% of your population is fine with having less tiny toasters. But no, you don't lose those civilian factories. You can then use your civilian factories elsewhere. You can repurpose them to be building a lot more things a lot quicker. That was a bit of a roundabout way of saying it, but hope it made sense. Have you tried playing with mods? I only picked the game up a couple of weeks ago. Maybe last week. About a week and a half ago, I think it was. So I'm playing through normal games like Fascist Italy, Fascist Germany, Democratic France and England and USA, just to get a feel for how they are like vanilla. And then I'm going to play through them flipping governments just to see what that gives me. And then once I've done all that, once I've got a feel for what the base game has, then I'm going to diverse into some mods. I've already been told a few, Kaiserreich, and there was an overhaul mod for the Great War as well. Someone has just mentioned, and I've entirely forgotten about it, but a little bit of Googling, I would probably find out which one it is. So yeah, not tried playing with mods just yet. I can imagine it opens up an entirely different spectrum to test out, which will be cool. Anyway, speaking of civilian economy, so yeah, civilian economy, consumer goods factories 35%, construction speed of just all the factories is pants. War economy is good. It's better. You know, 15% of the required factories needed to be devoted to consumer goods. I mean, you still need consumer goods. It's always going to be there in the background, but less in numbers the more factories you can devote to building things. So I'm going to pick this up. Which I should have checked, shouldn't I? Should have checked. Was this at 70 odd? In the back of my head, this smells like it was 70 odd. So now it's down to 36, so you should be able to see the green lines indicating that it's being worked on. It gets down a lot lower. So working on more things concurrently. Military factories. Where do we put you? Might start on the line actually. Might start a line of fighters. And we'll get researched those battleships. Now that we have the extra armor for them from this. Yeah, make our carriers a lot more tanky. I researched them in 32 days. Is there anything else that I need whilst I'm at war? I don't think so. Arsenal of Democracy. Nope, can get that. So you're kind of stuck behind a screen that requires you to be at war in order to get past. And then once you've got past it, you can grab the stuff at the bottom. Indeed, outrageous. Greece joined the Allies. Italy declared war on Greece. It's all kicking off. All kicking off. Germany's going to ask me to his faction, and I'll say no. There we go. So we can get all of you. Can't get you until... Why can't we get you? Rhythm Party is democratic. That's fine, we can get... We don't need the Rubber Reserve Company. Did myself out on a research slot though. Oh. Oh well.
Orders.
That'll be fine. Where's your capital gone? It is here.
Move out.
Right.
Ready, sir.
Time to take normal America out.
Commands.
Best to expand the USMC if you're planning to go island hopping. Excellent. Yeah, before we go island hopping, before we do any kind of amphibious invasion, we'll be expanding the USMC. Mexico. Independence of Mexico is guaranteed by Free American Empire. No. Just no. Civil War ends. Together we will work for a better future. Good. Nice to see. Nice to hear. Let's take a few of you out. Nope, the other way around.
Commands.
I want you lined up on the Mexican coast. We'll alter your line. To there.
Orders.
On your front line. Nope. And your front line is there. And we'll edit your front line just to encompass that bit. Your orders? To get down here. Don't really want someone in behind me.
Fall in.
And your offensive line is there. Okay, go on then. Essex class is done. Excellent. Let's swap you out. That's fine. Rubber processing. Excavation. Insufficient resources in aluminium, chromium and steel. They shouldn't really be a thing. And I'm loath to use my factories. But we should though. Turkey. Get chromium from you. Night Kingdom. We'll get steel from you. Rubber. British Malaya. We'll get that from you. Aluminium. From the Netherlands. We'll get that from you. Okay, so less penalties. US invading Mexico instead of Mexicans invading the US. Yeah, didn't the Mexicans invade the US? Wasn't that what the Alamo was all about? I mean, if you were in charge at that point, wouldn't you have pushed back? Or wasn't Mexico a lot bigger before? And wasn't that what happened? The Mexicans declared a war. The Americans pushed back, but then they demanded a big chunk of Mexico off the Mexicans. I don't know too much about American history. No bits and pieces. Let's get you started on no. Yeah, go on in a battle cruiser. Just as an escort for the carriers. Just something. We're doing shots today. Can switch the vodka to bourbon. Shots every time I use Paris. I have to swap out Paris from Marines. William Dudley questions the motives. Of course we do. Mexico, have you been guaranteed by anyone? Nope, no one cares about you. I'm going to wreck you. It's going to be fun. Also, we're going to edit you. And we're going to go artillery intensive because we do have a good amount of artillery saved up now. So, artillery in there gives a hell of a lot of soft attack. And we still have artillery to spare. Good. Means when I start producing more infantry units, you're not going to spaz out on me. And the M1 Thompson. Good. So you swap out for the M1 Thompson. There's only 23,000 of them required. Do I retain the Philippines? So what happens with the Philippines? I'm still at war with the Philippines. Well,
Commands.
you Throw your ideas in the bin.
Move out.
Before we have work to do. Greece has capitulated. That's unfortunate for him. And that's Romania ceding land to the Soviets. Where to get high on our antibiotic, cough meds and painkillers. Fair enough, Levin. Alright, can we get over here? How close can we get to the Philippines? This close. What ships do I have out here? Because we've already established that we can't get our ships from one side of the country to another. You can't get through this red hash mark. I don't know why. It's ridiculous. Also, California, let's get you fixed. I might need more rubber production. Even more of it. As we start mass producing planes, we are going to need it. Also, planes. Can I get you out here somewhere? Nope. Closest we can get is Hawaii. Unless I build my own plane station. They just won't have the range. There's no point in them being there. The boys can always use more rubber. Yep. Also, where are all my boats gone? Alaska, I can get you down here. I know you're on the right side. Nope. Guys in Alaska can't get there. These can't get to here because they don't have the knowledge. Jesus. But I own this. You tell me I don't know what's off my own coast? I beg to differ. Also, where are you? Oh, you've just been pumped out. Fair enough. German right declared war on the Soviet Union. It's a bit early, isn't it? I thought 1941 was Barbarossa. And attacking in December. Okay. What we're running low on steel. That'll be because of our weapons. Yeah. Predominantly weapons. The carrier takes a decent amount. As does our artillery. King Carol II abdicates. Okay. Let's scale back artillery. Put it into sport equipment. Sport equipment doesn't go out of date. I look at this number now when it's in the green. I don't see, well, I've got it in supply, so if I take losses, I can immediately chuck it in there. To me, I'm seeing this green, and I'm seeing wasted resources. 6 military factories and 6 naval dockyards. That sounds like a plan. Canadians messing about in Leo 1s. Oh, it's very slow. There we go. Nope. There we go. Nope. Soon. One day he'll get there. Yep. Encryption, decryption. It's fairly crucial. Alright. Detach.
Attention.
You do. Allows me to naval invasion order from here. To here. You're done. Here we go, boy. I got your Canadian brothers over down here to Florida. There's island hopping, but I didn't think it was going to be against the Philippines.
All in.
Bismarck Sea and the Philippine Sea. If I split you in two. Can I get you patrolling the Bismarck Sea and you patrolling the Philippine Sea? Is that enough? Yep, that's enough. Good. And I'm hoping that 12 units is enough to take Philippines out. It does give us a jumping off spot in Asia. We switched them out for Leo 2s not long ago. Yeah, Leo's a great tank. Surprised you didn't go in for the Challenger though. Although we don't export the Challenger to too many people. Japan demands French Indochina. Is that going to be a thing? You're going to give him? Yeah. Japan's got Indochina. How long is this taking? Oh, it's going to take a while. Alright, well you can be doing that. I didn't think we'd still be at war. You're yawning into the microphone. Now, are we going to have to break the guarantee? Revoke the guarantee first. We might have to. I know we can use our planes down here. Right, naval bombers. That's tiny. We'll put you there. You might actually be able to do some damage. Ugh, same again. Let's put you right on the border if we can. Why? You're based here. Why is your circle ridiculous? Let's have you on fleet and port strike in that general direction. Bring you down here as well. In fact, the Pfizer can go down there as well. If you have to build up the naval base, the airstrip down here, then we will. Nope. Here. One extra level in Texas of airfield. Not that I think we'll need it desperately, but every little helps. Every little counts. Want you on air superiority over them. Want you on taking out of infrastructure over them. Have you won the Civil War? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, we won. Philippines came in on the side of the Americans, so we're preparing a naval invasion right now. About halfway there. We were exactly halfway there. 12 units into the Philippines. I'm hoping that is going to be enough. What are you doing to my microphone, you silly cat? Yawning into it. Okay. What do we have in reserves that we can pump out here? Lots of close air support. But is it close air support with a decent range? It is close air support, but it does not have the decent range. I can put him over here, because he's capable of naval strikes and port strikes. But yeah, this circle's ridiculous. It spent... I don't know. That's ridiculous. It looks silly. Are we done here yet? Oh, 15 days. Also, Mexico. 4th of April. So next month we can smash our way into Mexico. Outstanding. P-40 Warhawk. What else do we need? What else are we going to want? Great War tanks? No. Interwar bombers? Nope. We are going to need carrier planes. I'll do that for now and build up some more support equipment. And just for the moment. Oh. Oh, of course. Netherlands. Can I have some of that? I can. And United Kingdom. Can I have some of that? Good. And probably Turkey. Some of that. Excellent. It's only 2. Yeah, we're going to have to grab excavation, I think. Improved working conditions, weekly stability. Yep. Rebuild the nation. Factory repair speed, civil construction speed, infrastructure construction speed, factory output, dockyard output. How do we... what? So can we take them all? That would be silly. Amphibious invasion speeds. Maybe. Expand the USMC. Yep, need the Marines. Fascist state take the national idea, arsenal of democracy. Yeah, they should alter that. If it's fascist. It won't be that difficult to go through, well, what are they called? What's the ideology at the moment? And then alter the name in the tab. Yeah, we're going to need it. Excavation. We need to dig a lot more things out of the ground. Usually ready. Let's go. Philippines, you're ready. I don't think it's ready. Oh, it's so slow. Right, you. I now want you up here on shore bombardment. I can't because you don't have heavy cruisers. You don't have capital ships. Good. Continue down the line of excavation. The less factories that we have. That's a heavy cruiser. Nah, you're in the Atlantic. I can't get you there.
Under fire.
I can't get you there. Ugh. Alright, let's go prepare again. Should have probably gone adjacent. Stupid Philippines. Anyway, we've got more wars that we can be getting on with. Mexico. Let's give you a location of Los Angeles.
Yes, sir. Listen up.
I'll put somebody in charge. Infantry leader. Your front line is going to be that, but we'll alter it. Just so it's more of a half and half. Yeah, I'll do.
Attention.
I do. To them.
Listen up.
Your orders are kinda that. I know it's weird, but it'll be fun. Is Japan justifying against me? Not just yet. This is telling me that I've got CB on Mexico. That expires on the 3rd of June. We're ready to go? Yeah, I forgot their asses in gear. In your own time, whenever you want. Why with the giant gaps? Oh, I don't get it sometimes. I have to keep checking that I'm not on pause. You used to be able to transport your troops around using shock horror transport planes. That was a fun idea. I bet that's never been done before. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I need to now reset your orders, don't I? Where are you? Naval invasion from here. Don't go directly to the port this time. Port adjacent will do. And you can be working on that. Get some trucks to move faster. Sort them out for motorised instead of normal infantry. Might do that actually. Have mechanised, motorised or mechanised. And RT. Right, military factories. More of them. Right, how are we getting on for rubber? Yeah, it's still a bit iffy. We're good, yeah? Expand the USMC. Outstanding. Amphibious operations. Yes, please. When do you get there? Hours for you. Done. I think we're ready to go. Ladies and gentlemen, War of Mexico. Declare war for conquering. Go. Should be fairly easy. I mean, they might be entrenched and everything, but we've got quite a lot of attack. Mexico is part of the North American Defense League with Mexico. Fair enough. I wish you were. It's not going to end well. Invite a faction from Japan. Wants us to join their faction, a Greater East Asian Co-Prosperity Sphere? No. You can join my faction. Also, you, at least move. At least make it look like you're doing something. In fact, I think we're safe enough here to turn them on to aggressively push. Which means they'll just push into anything and everything that they can lay their hands on. Even if there's a risk of an encirclement, even if they go beyond their bounds, like down here. Also, more rubber. All of the rubber. I know, I know. Also, why? Did I not give you orders coming down here? Did you get bored of those? No, we don't need those orders. I'm struggling now. Yeah, they got quite a lot of defense with them being in the mountains.
Attention.
Can't cut them off.
Ready.
So don't be too hasty.
Advance.
Although one of you... Nope.
Ready, sir.
One of you get into them. Just to hold them in place. Or not. As the case may be.
Taking aim. Ready, sir.
Can we get straight through to Mexico City? Free trade. I like the research time. I do not like the fact that you're stifling me. You're whisking all of my resources away. So, we're gonna go with... limited exports. Suddenly, a lot more stuff. Which means I can get rid of... No, I can't get rid of you. Can't get rid of the chromiums. Take it. Sorry about that. Need those chromiums back. But I can get rid of everything else, which frees up a load of civilian
Ready, sir.
stuff. Civilian factories. Obsessed with rubber. Well, it's not me obsessed with rubber. It's the game and the game mechanics saying if you don't have rubber,
Ready to move.
you're not going to be able to build things like airplane wheels because airplanes need wheels. It's the one specific component that an airplane needs in order to do its job. I don't know why it says you specifically need. Like in the production here, all the planes are like, yeah, you need wheels, you need rubber wheels. It's not going to happen if it doesn't have rubber wheels. Of all the things on a plane, yep, you need rubber wheels. And yeah, I can see the reason why you want wheels on a plane. Alright, stop that. I don't know how you're losing into desert, I suppose.
Ready.
I'm gonna have to. No, stop.
All in.
Stop. Sit in that province and stop this person from causing us problems.
Ready to move.
Also, have you all not thought that attacking into this person would be a good idea? There we go.
Ready to move.
Alright, so we're in circle 4.
Ready, sir.
You're moving out of that province.
Listen up.
No, you're not.
Move out.
Alright, we'll move in there.
All in.
Now at this stage I need people in behind me.
Yes, sir. Orders.
What if you there? I want the other person who stood around doing nothing
Ready, sir.
to attack into this to stop this guy getting in here before us.
Move out.
And you've both stopped.
Move out.
Right, going again.
Move out.
What? He got there? Alright. Did that say something about Japan? I thought Japan had been called in against me.
Ready to move.
Why am I operating with like 3 people down here? I've got 40 odd troops and they're all sat with the fingers up the bums up here.
Ready.
Get on that damn line, you stupid fools. Was just trying to be a smart like, no, that's good. I knew it was in jest. Construction, perhaps. Factory output. Maximum factories in a state, or let's continue down the naval doctrine. The air doctrine. Good. Amphibious operations. We might as well pick you up. And do we have an airfield closer to the front? No. Mexico doesn't believe in aircraft. Oh, they do. In actual Mexico City, but we couldn't get there.
Yes, sir. Attention.
Right, you.
Move out.
I need you in here to try and stop these guys from moving in.
Move out. Move out.
How long can I cheese that for? 1 day and 2 hours?
Move out.
Does that reset your counter? 5 hours? No. Just no. Oh great. Yeah. Yeah, this is exactly what I wanted. Cheers game. This infuriates me. I have 2 lots of 24 on this line, and yet no one is in this province. Why? Can someone please give me a reason for this? Infuriates me.
Orders.
I mean, fair enough, it's not bad when the AI do it, but it should just not happen for either side.
Orders. Let's go. Commands.
One of you step behind.
Ready, sir.
Both of you step behind. Takes a long time to get anywhere.
Taking aim. Go, go, go.
No. Stop. What are you doing?
Move out.
I didn't sanction that attack.
Move out.
And I didn't tell you to spaz out either.
Keep on moving.
Every one of those ticks. Every one of those ting where it's ignoring your click.
Yes, sir.
Is painful. And there are some good points to Hearts of Iron for. I will admit that. But there's a lot to it that's that I don't like. Naval bomber, close air support. Close air support. And most of it revolves around the battle planning.
All in.
Am I going to get in there? Indeed.
Commands. Come on, move out.
That's not going to happen though.
Ready.
But why though? just why? Can I force your movement?
Ready to move.
No. Doesn't want to come down here. Probably because there's a lack of resources. Nope, I have no idea why you don't want to go down there.
Ready, sir.
Right, get rid of all your orders. Select all of your people. I want you down here. Go. Why is that so difficult? Why is it so... Why do I have to constantly be babysitting a system that's meant... Meant for ease of life.
Taking aim.
I have no idea. Anyway. Land doctrine. We'll sort of there. How about better equipment? Mobile infantry. Yes, I'm going to start needing better ways of getting around. Because getting around on my feet is a little bit too slow. The pink sound of being ignored reminds me of being married. Oh dear. Reason of troops don't go into certain districts due to lack of bars and halls. So yeah, lack of supplies. You know, are you still moving? Are you going? Yeah, I need motorised. And if not motorised, then we'll get mechanised. That is their capital though. Great news. Good. And that's Mexico gone. Ta-da! Free American Empire. Now even freer. Right, you lot over here. Apparently I can go. On you. Oh. Hello. Mexico, I would like to take all of your states. Philippines, I would like to take all of your states. Oh no. Take all states. Don't have enough points. Take all states. Mexico was annexed. Philippines was annexed. 70,499 equipment has been seized. Free American Empire took 20 states. Damn right we did. The cat agrees. Yeah, the cat agrees because it's hungry. The cat will agree with anything. I could convince my cat that the moon was made of cheese. Hey? Silly cat. That's quite a good area to be in. Not only for... Oh, hello. Okay, close up of the water. The game was still running, that's why. A good drop-off area for Japan. Also... Getting into British... Like, getting into Australia. Never landed on Australia. Not just yet. Australia, the only country to ever lose a war to birds. Declared war on its own emu population, and it lost. I find that hilarious. Bless them. So now, in terms of naval shenanigans, if I was to grab my Alaskan fleet, sorry. Alright, so I now do have vision. So I can get from one side of my country to the other. However, I cannot I cannot get over here with my ship because of this belt of redness. I don't know how to get past it. We know too little about this region. Out of naval range. Out of naval range. How is it out of naval range? I don't... no. I have these islands right here. The Hawaii Ridge. Can I not? The whole naval range thing is silly to me as well. It feels silly. What do you have here? Demobilize our economy. What? The following must be true. All the following must be true. Has economy, law, war economy, less than 50% war support. Yeah, we do. We do have less than 50% war support. That's because we're not at war. It's because we're not at war. Which is pretty cool, actually. Because if you're not at war, I think you get to corally stuff. No. No. That was a lie. Ignore all that. But yeah, because we're not at war anymore, there will be no uprisings in the Mexican region. And there'll be no uprisings in the Philippine region either. At all. You only get uprisings in occupied land when you haven't pieced out of that war. Independence of Guatemala is guaranteed by Free American Empire. Well, we'll see about that, won't we? Is there anyone further afield that has friends of friends of friends that we can snowball up into one big fight? It would appear not. Right. So we need to be fabricating on this lump, just everyone. We'll start with you. Nope. Why? And Honduras at the same time. And El Salvador. Yeah. Well, like, be a decent one there. We need more political power. We are getting a good amount of it though. Hopefully when we go to war again, we'll have more war support. War support represents the willingness of the people to prosecute a war to the finish. Who wrote this? Enacting many laws and preparing your nation for going to war effectively requires high war support. Fair enough. Against puppet war goal against Chile. Has that changed? I think that's changed because Venezuela's gone fascist. is at war with Japan. Now Japan is in its own little co-prosperity sphere. So we could go to war with Japan and not drag anyone else in. Which will allow us to get down here. Maybe not manifest destiny. Because we need to be democratic. Oh, sorry. Dylan's waving his tail in my face. What's up, guy? Is he what? So he's stuck in the well. Okay. Alright, but I think I'm going to leave that. What are you doing underneath that microphone? I'm getting accosted by cats now. Get away. I can't have nice things. I cannot do nice things. With you two scratching around. Right, yeah, I'm gonna get away there. So a bit of a small stream, but I need to feed the cats, I need to feed myself. I'll probably be back on in about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. And we'll continue with Free American Empire. Fascist Free American Empire. Yeah, Martin. Did I watch the football yesterday? I did watch the football yesterday. I was working yesterday, but I work in a bar, so it was on. If you're making more Marines and send them to Philippines, you'll need lots more rubber. I thought the idea was they didn't use rubber. That's why there's such a giant Philippine population in the Americas now. Also, you need training up.
Ready to move.
As do you. Why? We swapped the artillery in, didn't we? Adding the extra artillery will have support anti-tank. Yes. Adding the artillery will have lowered their experience overall, because you're taking one trained person out, a ninth of a division out, and you're putting a green ninth back in. So overall, the overall combat effectiveness comes down. But yeah, I'll add support anti-tank as well. It will do exactly what. Apparently piercing comes down. Piercing is 5. Support anti what? How does a piercing come down? A little bit more manpower. We get 24 worth of anti-tank. I don't know. It might be worth waiting. And we'll go mechanized. And xylophone. What? Xylophone? I don't really want to say what's going through my mind right now. Xylophone. 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 Oh, I can see why it might be called the xylophone. But still. Xylophone. Although, apparently the Nebelwerfer, the German one, is called that because of the sound it makes. It doesn't make that sound. It doesn't. To me, it's not that sound. I'll try and find a sound of the nebula efforts going off. There we go. Double woofer? I mean, I suppose it's a better word, better name than Pichu. Pichu, Pichu! I don't know. Maybe it translates better in German. Scary as fuck though. No wonder people came back from that with shell shock. You won't want to be on the receiving end of that. It's worse. It's not worse. It's bad enough being on the receiving end of a lone mortar team, hearing the whistle, and just not knowing there's going to be an explosion around you somewhere. Anyway, that's they called the Kucher rocket system Stalin's organ. Those what did I play? It was one of the Total War games that had an organ rocket, an organ gun. They call things weird by names, don't they? People come up with weird names for things. I don't know. Anyway, definitely Nebelwerfer. Yeah. On that weird note, I'm gonna leave you at that. I'm gonna go feed my cats, feed myself, etc., etc. Grab a cup of tea and be back in about 2 hours. Until then, do take care.